The door creaked open just as I stepped out of the shower. I froze, clutching the towel against my dripping skin. The bathroom light spilled into the dim hallway, outlining a silhouette I recognized instantly. It wasn't my husband. It was Daniel, my husband's best friend. He shouldn't have been here. For a split second, neither of us moved. The sound of water still dripping from my hair echoed through the quiet apartment. My throat tightened, my heart thudding so violently it felt like my ribcage would crack open. "Lena," he breathed, his voice low and startled yet too calm. "You didn't lock the door." I wanted to scream, to cover myself, to make sense of why he was standing there with that expression. Not shock, not embarrassment, something else, something knowing. "What are you doing here?" I whispered. He hesitated, then stepped closer. "I came to talk. About him." Backed up. "About Noah." "Why?" "He's at work." Daniel's eyes flickered, his voice almost pitying. "No, Lena. He's not. It began 2 weeks ago, when Noah started coming home late. He said the firm was closing a big deal, and his hours stretched past midnight. First I believed him. I made excuses for him, defended him when Daniel joked that Noah was married to the office. But the jokes stopped when Daniel started asking questions. That night he had texted me, saying he needed to see me urgently. I thought it was about Noah's birthday surprise we were planning. Never in my worst imaginings did I expect this. "Daniel, please get out," I said, my voice trembling. He looked at me for a long moment before setting something on the table beside the hallway mirror. "Small flash drive." "What is that?" "Proof," he said quietly. "Of what he's been doing." The words hit me like a physical blow. My hand tightened on the towel until my knuckles turned white. Later, fully dressed, I sat on the edge of the couch while Daniel inserted the drive into my laptop. His hand shook slightly. He didn't speak. The room was silent except for the whir of the computer fan and my shallow breathing. When the first video opened, I knew. It was Noah, in his office, with another woman. I recognized her, the new intern, Sophie. Blonde hair, soft laugh, nervous smile. I had met her once at a company dinner. She couldn't have been more than 23. Noah kissed her like he used to kiss me. The tenderness, the hunger. It wasn't just a fling. It was worse. Intimate. Real. I felt something inside me collapse. A hollowness that spread like frost through my chest. Daniel turned off the screen. He didn't look at me. "I'm sorry. I didn't know how to tell you. I thought you deserved the truth." I stared at the black screen, my reflection staring back, broken and unfamiliar. "How long?" 3 months. Maybe more. The air thickened between us. I wanted to cry, but no tears came. My body felt heavy, detached, as if I was watching someone else's life fall apart. The next morning I confronted Noah. He walked in, all smiles and fatigue, pretending nothing was wrong. The scent of another woman clung faintly to his shirt. Floral perfume, too sweet, too young. "Rough day?" I asked, my voice eerily calm. He nodded. "You have no idea." I placed the laptop in front of him and hit play. His face drained of color. The silence stretched unbearably. He didn't speak. Didn't even breathe. When the video ended, I said, "Say something." He rubbed his forehead. "It's not what it looks like." A laugh escaped me, bitter and hollow. "Don't insult me." He finally looked up. "Lena, it's complicated. I didn't mean for it to happen. It started during the merger. We were spending long hours at the office." "Stop." My voice cracked. "You don't get to justify this." He stood and reached for me, but I stepped back. My body recoiled at his touch, as if I could feel the contamination of his betrayal. "Lena, I love you," he said softly. "You know that." "Do I?" I whispered. He didn't answer. That night I couldn't sleep. I walked through the dark apartment, every corner filled with memories now poisoned by doubt. The wedding photo on the mantel mocked me. The laughter frozen in time felt cruel. I opened the window, letting the cold night air sting my skin. I wanted it to numb me, to quiet the chaos in my head. But the questions wouldn't stop. Why? When did he stop loving me? Or had he ever loved me at all? The betrayal wasn't just the act. It was the ease with which he had lived the lie. The way he still smiled, still kissed me goodbye, still called me my love. I pressed my forehead against the glass and whispered, "What now?" 2 days later, Daniel came by again. I hadn't answered Noah's calls or texts. He stood awkwardly at the doorway. "Are you okay?" I shook my head. "No. But I will be." He hesitated, then said, "You should know something." He asked me to delete the footage. "He doesn't know I told you." My stomach turned. So he wanted to keep lying. Daniel nodded. He said he'd end it, that it was just confusion. I looked at Daniel, really looked at him. His concern felt genuine, his eyes tired but kind. There was something unspoken in his expression, a quiet longing or maybe guilt. "Hit me then. How did you get those videos, Daniel?" He froze. My heart started pounding again. "You said you found them. But how?" He hesitated. "The security feeds from the office. I manage the system sometimes." "Why were you watching them?" Silence. The air between us thickened, suffocating. His eyes flicked away, then back to mine, shimmering with something darker than remorse. "I loved you first," he said finally. "Before he did. Before he ruined you." The words sliced through me. I took a step back, realizing that betrayal had more faces than I'd imagined. The man who showed me the truth had his own secret motive. He wanted me broken so he could be the one to save me. For the second time that week, I felt stripped bare. Emotionally, spiritually, naked before a truth I didn't ask for. "Get out," I whispered. He didn't argue. He just nodded and walked away, leaving the door slightly ajar, just like before. Weeks passed. I filed for divorce quietly, without drama. Noah tried to fix things, but the damage ran too deep. Trust once shattered doesn't rebuild. It fragments into sharp pieces that cut every attempt at healing. Sometimes late at night I still think about that moment. The door opening, Daniel standing there, my towel slipping, the look in his eyes. That was the moment everything changed. Not when Noah cheated. Not when I saw the video. But when I realized that betrayal doesn't come from strangers. Comes from the people who already have the key to your door.